November 2018, Christie's auction house, New York. A diamond ring is about to go on sale. Not just any ring. A 12-carat emerald-cut diamond. Set in platinum. Flawless. Estimated value, $20 million. The provenance is what makes it extraordinary. The ring belonged to Audrey Hepburn, given to her in 1959 by her husband, Mel Ferrer. The auction catalog describes it as a symbol of enduring love. But Sean Hepburn Ferrer, Audrey's eldest son, the one selling the ring, knows better. Before the auction, a journalist asks him, "Your mother owned this ring for 34 years. Was it a favorite piece?" Sean's face darkens. "My mother never wore it. Not once in 34 years. It sat in a safe. Untouched. Why?" "Because it was an apology," Sean says quietly, "for the baby my father killed." The journalist is confused. "I'm sorry, what?" March 1959. My mother was 6 months pregnant, filming The Unforgiven. My father, her husband, her manager, forced her to work despite the risks. She fell. The baby was born premature, lived 20 minutes, died in her arms. Sean takes a breath. A month later, my father bought her this ring, $20 million worth of diamonds. His apology for killing their daughter. Did she accept the apology? She kept the ring, but she never wore it, never wanted to see it. Called it her blood diamond, because that's what it was. Blood money. An attempt to buy forgiveness for the unforgivable. The journalist writes frantically, "This isn't a love story. This is a horror story." My mother, Sean continues, kept that ring for 34 years in a safe, in the dark, where she never had to look at it. Because every time she saw it, she saw her daughter's face, the baby who lived 20 minutes. The baby my father's ambition killed. The ring sells for $22 million. The highest price ever paid for a piece of Audrey Hepburn's jewelry. The buyer doesn't know the story, doesn't know this ring represents the worst moment of Audrey's life. Doesn't know it sat untouched in a safe for 34 years because the woman who owned it couldn't bear to look at it. This is the story of that ring. The $20 million apology. The gift that was really a curse. The symbol of everything wrong with Audrey and Mel's marriage. And the baby girl who died because ambition mattered more than life. To understand the ring, you need to understand what happened before it. December 1958. Audrey Hepburn is 29 years old. She's been married to Mel Ferrer for 4 years. The marriage is difficult, controlling. Mel manages her career, makes all decisions, treats her more like a client than a wife. But Audrey is pregnant. 4th pregnancy. The first 3 ended in miscarriage. 1955, 1956, 1957. 3 lost babies, 3 devastations. Doctors warned her. Her body was damaged by wartime starvation. Carrying a pregnancy to term would be difficult, maybe impossible. But in December 1958, she's 4 months along, and this time feels different. The baby is strong, active. The doctors are cautiously optimistic. If you rest, they tell her. If you avoid stress, avoid physical exertion, you might carry to term. Audrey is ecstatic. She's wanted a baby desperately. Wants to prove her body isn't broken. Wants to build the family she never had as a child. This is her chance. She tells Mel immediately, "I'm pregnant. And the doctors say if I'm careful, we'll have a baby. Mel is happy. Genuinely happy. He wants children too. An heir, someone to carry on his name. That's wonderful, he says. We'll make sure you rest. No stress, no work. No work? Audrey asks. You heard the doctors? You need to rest. No filming. Not until after the baby. Audrey nods. She has no projects scheduled anyway. She's been semi-retired since Love in the Afternoon in 1957. Taking time off, focusing on her marriage, on starting a family. But in January 1959, everything changes. United Artists offers Audrey a role in The Unforgiven, a Western, directed by John Huston, co-starring Burt Lancaster. Big budget, big role, and most importantly, big paycheck. $250,000, enormous money in 1959. Audrey's first instinct is to refuse. She's pregnant. The doctors said rest. This film requires horseback riding, stunts, physical work. It's too risky. But Mel sees the offer differently. He sees money, opportunity, a chance to rebuild Audrey's career momentum. You should do it, he tells her. I'm pregnant, Audrey says. The doctors said, the doctors are being overly cautious, Mel interrupts. Women work during pregnancy all the time. You'll be fine. But the horseback riding, the stunts, it's dangerous. We'll hire a stunt double. You won't do anything risky. But you need this film, Audrey. Your career has been stagnant. This is a comeback. I don't care about my career right now. I care about the baby. Mel's face hardens. And what happens if you lose this baby? Like the others? Then you've lost a year of work for nothing. At least if you're working, you're building something. The cruelty of that statement is staggering. Mel is already planning for the miscarriage, already treating the baby as disposable, already prioritizing Audrey's career over her child. But Audrey doesn't see it yet, doesn't see the manipulation. She just hears, your career matters. You need this. So she says yes, against her instincts, against medical advice, against everything she knows is right. She says yes to The Unforgiven and signs her baby's death warrant. February 1959, The Unforgiven. Filming begins. Durango, Mexico. Remote location. Harsh conditions. 90-degree heat. Dusty terrain. Difficult shoot. Audrey arrives 6 months pregnant, visibly showing. The crew is shocked. John Huston, the director, pulls Mel aside. Is she really going to film like this? She'll be fine, Mel says. We'll be careful. Careful? This is a Western. There's horseback riding, fight scenes. She's 6 months pregnant, Mel. This is insane. She's contracted. We're here. Let's make the film. Huston is furious, but powerless. Audrey has signed. Production is underway. Millions invested. They can't shut down now. The first week of filming is manageable. Audrey does her scenes, close-ups, dialogue. Nothing too physical. But she's exhausted. The heat is brutal. The pregnancy is draining her. Every night she collapses in her trailer. Too tired to eat, too tired to move. Mel sees her suffering, doesn't care. You're doing great, he tells her. Just a few more weeks. But the film requires more than dialogue scenes. There are action sequences, horseback riding, Audrey on a horse, riding across the desert. It's written in the script, essential to the story. Huston offers alternatives. We can use a stunt double. Shoot her from behind. Nobody will know. No, Mel says. Audiences will know. They always know. Audrey needs to do it herself. She's 6 months pregnant, Houston repeats, on a horse in the desert. What if something happens? Nothing will happen, Mel insists. She's strong, she can handle it. But Mel isn't a doctor. Mel isn't the one carrying a baby. Mel is a manager making decisions about someone else's body, someone else's life, someone else's child. And Audrey, exhausted and pressured, doesn't fight him, doesn't refuse, doesn't say, "No, I'm not risking my baby for a film." She should have, but she doesn't. March 1959, third week of filming. The horseback scene. Audrey is supposed to ride across the desert. Fast ride. Dramatic shot. Wind in her hair. Classic Western imagery. She mounts the horse, 6 months pregnant, in 90-degree heat. The horse is skittish, nervous. Audrey can feel it. The animal doesn't want her on its back. Senses something wrong. "Maybe we should wait," Audrey says. The horse is fine," Mel says from behind the camera. "Let's get this shot. We're losing light." Huston looks uncomfortable but nods. Action. The horse starts moving. Audrey holds tight, but her center of gravity is off. The pregnancy has changed her balance. She's sitting wrong, holding wrong. Everything feels wrong. The horse picks up speed, faster than planned. Audrey tries to slow it. Can't. The animal is spooked. Running, out of control. Ahead, there's equipment on the ground. Cables, lights, set debris. The horse sees it. Panics, rears up. Audrey loses her grip, falls, hits the ground hard, right side, where the baby is. The impact is severe, immediate. Audrey knows instantly. Something's wrong. Terrible wrong. She starts bleeding. March 27th, 1959. Durango Hospital, 3:47 p.m. Audrey is rushed into emergency surgery. She's hemorrhaging. The baby's in distress. There's no choice. Emergency cesarean. Now. The doctors work fast. Cut her open. Pull out the baby. A girl. 2 pounds. 24 weeks gestation. Far too early. She's alive. Barely. Lungs not developed. Heart struggling. She's pink. Tiny. Fragile. The doctors don't think she'll last an hour. Audrey is awake. Conscious. "Let me hold her," she begs. "Please. Let me hold my baby." The doctors hesitate, but what's the point of refusing? The baby is dying. Let the mother have this moment. They place the baby girl in Audrey's arms. 2 pounds of life. Fighting. Struggling. Audrey looks down at her daughter. Her first daughter. The child she's wanted desperately. The baby she carried for 6 months. The baby's eyes open. Just once. For a few seconds. She looks at Audrey, mother and daughter, seeing each other, the only time they ever will. Audrey sings, a Dutch lullaby her mother sang to her during the war. "Slaap, kindje, slaap. Sleep, little one, sleep." Soft, gentle, through tears. The baby's breathing slows, struggles, stops. 4:07 p.m., 20 minutes after birth. Baby girl. Ferrer dies in her mother's arms. Audrey's scream echoes through the hospital. Primal. Devastating. The sound of a mother losing a child. The doctors try to take the baby. Audrey won't let go, holds her, rocks her, sings to a body that's no longer breathing. Finally, gently, They pry the baby from her arms. Take her away. Audrey collapses, sobbing, broken, completely destroyed. Mel Ferrer is still on set, 8 hours away, filming the next scene. Someone finally calls him. "Your wife had the baby. It didn't survive." Mel's response. "How long until she can travel? We need to finish the film." Not, "Is she okay?" Not, "I'm coming now." Just, "When can she work again?" He arrives at the hospital 8 hours later. Midnight. Walks into Audrey's room. She's sedated, crying, devastated. "I'm sorry," Mel says. His voice is flat, emotionless. The doctors said it was inevitable. The pregnancy wasn't viable. "It was viable," Audrey says through tears. "Until I fell. Until you made me get on that horse." "That's not fair. It was an accident. An accident you caused. I told you it was dangerous. The doctors told you, and you didn't care. You cared about the film, about the money, about everything except our baby." Mel doesn't argue, doesn't apologize, just says, "We can try again when you're recovered. We'll have other children," but Audrey knows, deep in her bones knows. This was her last chance. Her body has failed 4 times now. 4 pregnancies, 4 losses. The doctors will tell her later, her uterus is too damaged. Scar tissue from the miscarriages, trauma from the fall. She may never carry another baby to term. Mel killed their daughter and destroyed Audrey's chance at motherhood. All for a film. April 1959. 1 month after the baby's death, Audrey is back in Los Angeles, physically recovered, emotionally destroyed. She's barely speaking, barely eating, barely functioning. The film is finished. The Unforgiven wrapped without her. They used a body double for the remaining scenes. The film will be released in 1960. Audrey will be contractually obligated to promote it, to smile for cameras, to pretend everything is fine. But everything is not fine. Audrey's marriage is over. She knows it. Mel knows it. They're still living in the same house, still legally married. But there's nothing left. No love, no trust. Just grief and blame and silence. One evening, Mel comes home with a small box, Tiffany blue. He sets it on the table. "I bought you something," he says. Audrey doesn't look up, doesn't care. "I don't want anything from you. Just open it." No. Mel opens the box himself. Inside, a ring, a massive diamond. 12-carat emerald cut, set in platinum, flawless, beautiful, worth a fortune. "I had it made for you," Mel says. "To show you, to say, I'm sorry for what happened, for the baby, for everything." Audrey stares at the ring, then at Mel. Her face is blank, empty. "You think a diamond fixes this?" "No. But I don't know what else to do. I can't bring her back. I can only try to show you that you what? Love me? Care about me? Cared about her?" Audrey's voice rises. "You killed our daughter, Mel. You forced me to work, forced me on that horse, ignored every warning, and she died because you valued a film more than her life. That's not fair. It's completely fair. The doctors told you, I told you, and you didn't listen. So don't stand there with your blood diamond and expect me to forgive you." "Blood diamond?" Mel repeats. "Yes, blood diamond. because you bought it with blood money, money from the film that killed our daughter. So take your ring and your apology and get out." But Mel doesn't take the ring, leaves it on the table, walks out. And Audrey is left staring at this massive, beautiful, obscene piece of jewelry. This $20 million attempt to buy forgiveness. She should throw it away, should destroy it, should never look at it again. But she doesn't. She picks up the ring, studies it, thinks about her daughter, the baby who lived 20 minutes, the baby she never named publicly, the baby Mel is trying to erase with diamonds. Audrey makes a decision. She's keeping the ring. Not as an apology, not as a gift, but as evidence, proof of what Mel did, proof that he valued money more than life, proof that he tried to buy forgiveness for the unforgivable. She puts the ring in a safe, locks it, and never wears it. Not once, not ever. For the next 34 years, from 1959 to her death in 1993, that ring sits in darkness, untouched, unworn, a $20 million monument to grief, 1968, 9 years after the baby's death. Audrey finally files for divorce from Mel Ferrer. 14 years of marriage. Over. The divorce is brutal, fought over money, property, custody of their one surviving son, Sean, born 1960, a miracle pregnancy that somehow succeeded. Mel wants half of everything, including Audrey's jewelry. His lawyer specifically mentions the diamond ring, the one Mel gave her in 1959. That ring is community property. Mr. Ferrer has a right to— "No," Audrey's lawyer interrupts. That ring was a gift, given to compensate for emotional harm. It's not community property. Emotional harm? Mel's lawyer asks. The ring was given after Mrs. Ferrer miscarried, after being forced to work against medical advice, after trauma directly caused by Mr. Ferrer's decisions. That ring isn't a gift. It's compensation, and it stays with Mrs. Ferrer. The judge agrees. The ring is Audrey's. Mel has no claim. He's furious. "I paid for that ring. It's worth millions. She never even wore it." "Then why do you want it?" the judge asks. Mel has no answer. Because the truth is simple. He wants the ring because Audrey kept it. Because it's evidence of his guilt. Because as long as that ring exists, there's proof of what he did. But he doesn't get it. Audrey keeps the ring. Keeps it locked in her safe. Keeps it hidden, where nobody can see it. Where she never has to look at it. Friends ask over the years, why keep it? If it causes you pain, why not sell it? Donate it, get rid of it. Audrey's answer is always the same. Because it's all I have left of her. The baby, my daughter. That ring is proof she existed, proof she mattered, proof Mel killed her. I can't wear it, but I can't destroy it either. The ring becomes a symbol, not of love, not of apology, but of everything wrong with her marriage to Mel, of everything she sacrificed, of the daughters she lost, of the guilt she carried. January 20th, 1993. Audrey Hepburn dies, age 63, colon cancer. Among her possessions, the ring, still in its original box, still untouched, still hidden in a safe. Sean Hepburn Ferrer inherits it. He opens the safe, sees the ring for the first time in decades, and understands immediately. His mother never wore this, never wanted to see it. kept it hidden because looking at it meant remembering the sister he never knew, the baby girl who died before he was born, the tragedy that defined his mother's life. For 25 years, Sean keeps the ring, unsure what to do with it. It's worth millions, but it's also cursed, tainted, a symbol of death. In 2018, Sean makes a decision. He's going to sell it, not because he needs money, because the ring needs to leave the family, needs to go somewhere else. Somewhere it's not a constant reminder of loss. He contacts Christie's, explains the provenance. Audrey Hepburn's ring, given by her husband, never worn. Estimated value, $20 million. Christie's is thrilled. This is a major piece. Audrey Hepburn's jewelry always sells for enormous prices. The auction will be huge. But Sean insists on one condition. Tell the truth. Don't call it a love gift. Don't romanticize it. Tell people why she never wore it. Christie's hesitates. The truth is dark, uncomfortable. Will it hurt the sale? I don't care if it hurts the sale, Sean says. My mother kept this ring for 34 years as evidence. Evidence of what my father did. Evidence of the daughter he killed. If we sell it, we tell the truth. Or we don't sell it at all. Christie's agrees. The auction catalog includes the full story. The pregnancy, the fall, the baby's death, the ring as apology. Audrey's refusal to wear it. Some people are horrified. This is tragic. We shouldn't be selling this. Others are fascinated. This is history. This is real. This matters. November 2018. The auction. The ring sells for $22 million. The highest price ever paid for a piece of Audrey Hepburn's jewelry. The buyer is anonymous. Doesn't give interviews. Doesn't explain why they wanted it. But Sean knows why. Because it's proof. Proof that even Audrey Hepburn, elegant, graceful, perfect Audrey Hepburn, suffered, was abused, lost a child, carried grief for 34 years. That ring is evidence. And now it's out in the world, where it belongs. April 1959. A man gives his wife a diamond ring, 12 carats, emerald cut, flawless, worth $20 million. An apology for the baby he killed, for the daughter who lived 20 minutes, for forcing his wife to work when doctors said rest, for valuing a film over a life. The woman takes the ring, doesn't wear it, locks it in a safe, where it stays for 34 years. In darkness, untouched, evidence of unforgivable sin. 1993, the woman dies. Her son inherits the ring, keeps it for 25 years, unsure what to do. Finally decides, sell it, let it go. Let someone else carry the weight. 1994. The ring sells for $22 million. The buyer doesn't know the full story. Doesn't know this ring represents the worst moment of Audrey Hepburn's life. Doesn't know it was never worn, never wanted, never forgiven. This is what happens when you try to apologize for the unforgivable. When you think money can replace a life. When you believe diamonds can erase guilt. Mel Ferrer bought that ring to absolve himself. To say, I'm sorry, forgive me, move on. But Audrey never forgave him, never moved on. Kept the ring as proof, as evidence, as a permanent record of what he did. She couldn't wear it, couldn't look at it. But she couldn't destroy it either, because destroying it meant erasing her daughter. pretending baby girl Ferrer never existed, never lived 20 minutes, never opened her eyes, never heard her mother sing. That ring is all Audrey had left. Physical proof. Material evidence. Something she could point to and say, "This happened. My daughter existed, and she died because of him." Some apologies can't be accepted. Some sins can't be forgiven. And some gifts are really curses. Mel Ferrer died in 2008, aged 90. He remarried, had other children, built a new life, and never, to anyone's knowledge, mentioned baby girl Ferrer again. Never spoke about the baby he killed, never acknowledged his guilt. But Audrey never forgot, kept the ring for 34 years, proof that she remembered, proof that he was guilty, proof that no amount of money could make it right. The ring is worth $22 million. But its real value is immeasurable. It's evidence, history, truth. And now it's out there, in the world, where people can see it, know its story, understand. This is what abuse looks like. This is what control looks like. This is what happens when someone values ambition over life. Audrey Hepburn wore beautiful jewelry her entire life. Givenchy dresses, Tiffany diamonds, iconic fashion, but she never wore the most expensive piece she owned. Because that ring wasn't jewelry. It was a tombstone for the daughter who lived 20 minutes, for the baby Mel Ferrer killed, for the grief Audrey carried until the day she died. $22 million worth of guilt, and not a single second of forgiveness. This is Audrey Hepburn, The Hidden Truth. From wartime horrors to Hollywood secrets, we uncover what they've been hiding for decades. Subscribe to discover the dark truth behind the elegant image.